Okay. What did we think of A Slicker in the Dark?
I like it. It's a nice thriller. I mean, it's very entertaining. Like watching a TV show, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty easy read.
Yeah, I think it's an easy read.
It reminds me a little of like I don't know how to say her name. Gillian Flynn, like the Sharp Objects in Gone Girl.
Yes.
Of those books a little bit. I like it.
Yeah, it really
Yeah,
reminds me of
right now
Sharp Objects.
Yes. I read that one. That was good.
Oh, I haven't read it.
That one was very dark. Recommend.
Does that one kind of go with Gone Girl, or it's just the same author?
Same author, separate storyline.
Different. Okay, cool.
Gone Girl was
More kind of like sense of humor and style, kind of with both of them.
Okay.
But actually, I feel like Gone Girl has more of a sense of humor, and then Sharp Objects is more just like dark, messed up.
Okay.
I've
I don't
read
know
both of
why.
them.
I thought
And I've
they
seen
were,
both of the adaptations too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't know there was one for Sharp Objects.
Yeah, it's HBO miniseries with Amy Adams. It's pretty good.
Thank you
I
for
think
telling me.
I'll say it that the show was better than the book. Well, I thought I was more entertained by the show. It was a very well done show.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I felt very disturbed watching it, but then I read the book after and like, whatever.
I'll have to reread it. Did anyone notice the quote at the beginning by Beach was a shorter bit of the same quote that was at the beginning of Misery? I thought that was really interesting.
Oh,
They're both thrillers. Because I was like, wait, I read this before, and then I had to like find a PDF of Misery online because it was like when I was reading. So I'm like, wait, I know I've seen this before, but I don't know where. The one about the looking into the abyss and the darkness.
What? I'm gonna go grab the book.
I remember reading the quote and liking it. So
yeah, I think
for Misery.
I know. I feel like it was a really big theme in the Stephen King book where the Paul guy was like saying Annie was like in the abyss in her eyes, but then I was like, oh my gosh, it's in this book too. So how is it going to, be brought into this book as compared to Misery, right? I thought that was pretty interesting. Hey, Crystal.
Hello.
I was just saying that the intro quote to this book is a little bit of the same quote that is in the entrance to Misery by Nietzsche.
That's
Something
crazy.
like that.
I would have never caught that.
I feel like I'm waiting for more. I feel like there's a twist coming. And I think I know what the twist is. So I'm kind of like,
I feel like you figured it out.
Yeah, like I could be completely wrong, but I feel like, should I just say what I think?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the brother and not the dad that did
I felt the same way.
I didn't even think of that.
It's too obvious that I feel like the dad, like something, like what the dad like was partially involved or like didn't do anything, is taking fall for the brother. Like her relationship with the brother is a little strange.
Oh, and then the girl went missing too.
Yeah, because why would they? I mean, it could just be like for her own emotional journey that there's this murder now and there was the murder then. But I just wonder if they're connected, and the brother just seems off. So,
So you're saying that the first murders it wasn't the dad, it was the brother.
I don't know exactly. Maybe it was accidental. I don't really know, but maybe like the dad found out and then covered it up, and because he wanted to protect the son. I don't know. That's just my theory. I definitely think that the dad didn't like do it in some way. And she hasn't talked to her dad since, so it's not like she's like asked him.
Yeah.
What if it's her who's doing it when she's on all these drugs or something?
Does she forget things?
I literally, that was like my last question. I'm like, who's it? I kind of ignored the first section where it's like the first girls that were killed. Like, okay, they're saying it was the dad. I totally like, okay, cool, he did it. But my question was, who's killing the new girls? Because then there's gonna be like, another set. And I was like, did the dad escape? Is it Chloe, Cooper, or Daniel? And Chloe, with the whole drug stuff that's going on, I'm like, And then Cooper, I'm just like, well, the dad said he had darkness. Who's to say he doesn't? And then I don't know, something about the fiance seems off to me.
I was thinking more the fiance just because he travels and maybe he knew
Yes,
her history.
because
He was
he-
attracted to someone with that traumatic past.
And it kind of, I don't know, it gives me like Richard vibes from what's it called?
The Guardian.
The Guardian. Yeah. Guys, I'm like, what if he's stalking her? Or, like, it just seems kind of off, even when the brother was like, you barely even know him and you're getting, like, you're marrying him and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I don't know.
And he's perfect.
Yeah, like,
They're
But-
never perfect.
he's
Mhm.
A
always,
red flag.
he's always just listening too. So, I don't know. Something's off. Something's off.
But I agree that it's like an easy read. I don't like dislike it so far. I'm just like waiting for more. I feel like right now it's like very similar to lots of other things that I've read. So I'm not like really totally drawn in yet, but we'll see.
Another murder
There's
mystery.
definitely got to be a twist.
Yeah.
I didn't 100% finish, but because I missed maybe, and I don't care about spoilers of what we were supposed to read, but could it maybe have been the mom?
Well, in that last chapter, it kind of talks about how the mom like deteriorated and is now like in a facility, right?
Mhm.
So I don't think so, but I don't know. She just seems traumatized.
Yeah.
What if
They were
the
saying the
dad-
mom had some affairs, so I don't know if that plays a part in anything.
As a motivator for like the dad or the brother.
What if the dad and brother were working together and that's why the Lena girl died because the mom was having an affair with the husband and instead of like it was like more revenge from the brother because it was like ruining the dad's relationship with the mom. Maybe it could have been like, maybe if it is the brother, it could be that the dad and the brother were working together. And now that it's the anniversary and it's like a significant date, the brother's gonna start again. Like maybe I'm just thinking of Criminal Minds now. He took a break because he was afraid of getting caught, and then now he feels safe. His sister's getting married. It's like something changing in his life, and he doesn't like the fiance, so maybe he's getting triggered to like start again.
Yeah, this book has some like dark subjects like the
Mhm.
murders, pedophilia.
The drugs too.
Yeah, the drugs, like a provider abusing drugs.
Yeah, I was wondering whose name she was using, and then I was like, oh snap, that's her fiance. Like, does he know?
Yeah.
Who is this fake person? And then I think right as I started, I was like, wait, let me go back and reread that little summary they give you in the beginning, that little intro. And that's when it says, oh, she's getting married. And I was like, oh my goodness, is it the fiance? And then it turns out to be him. And I'm like, just like that? You're just going to prescribe him drugs and just get him for yourself? Oh my gosh, like, girl, you have an issue. Even though she says she doesn't.
Yeah. And she has like a whole drawer full of drugs
yeah.
at work.
What I was
read this
wondering.
book.
Go ahead, Paula.
Oh no, I read this book like 2 years ago that was like a therapist wrote the book about like her life and her process treating people and also being in therapy for herself. And it like I was kind of thinking of that and that like she's treating people but she can't treat herself.
Yeah.
Like she's not able to look and see how damaging this, her addiction is to herself and how it's like a band-aid on a wound that she's just medicating, which is
Mhm.
just interesting because she's a therapist. So, you know, it's just like interesting, like we can help others, but we can't always help ourselves.
But what I thought
Yeah.
was interesting is that girl she saw one time, she automatically
And she,
prescribed her antidepressants.
I thought that was weird too. I thought that was really
Yeah.
weird.
And they
And it
never
made me
talked
wonder whether
about
the
it.
author like doesn't know. Like that seems very strange. And maybe the author, I don't know if it's a red flag of this character or whether the author like didn't research that. Because that totally stood out to me too. I was like, whoa, you're already medicating her after one visit.
She didn't
Yay.
even tell her.
No.
She's just gonna get a call from CVS like your pills are ready.
What was it, like Prozac? Was that what it
Yeah.
was?
Yeah, I think
Oh
so.
my god.
Yeah, that's what they
Um,
use for kids if they need something. But
Maybe she's
Yes.
supporting her husband in his pharmaceutical
Yeah.
sales
Maybe he has to
day
sell
for this wedding somehow.
I think Prozac's been around a while. I think it's generic.
Yeah, because they would have to check with the parents before prescribing such medicine to a minor, no?
Yeah, you think? Oh, they probably just didn't put that part in the book.
Maybe.
And I just thought it was funny how she's like casually emailing the other doctor, like, hey, like, can I give her meds? Like, want to see you soon. Let's grab it. I don't know. Maybe Julie, maybe that's like normal. It's like, wow, so casual.
Yeah, I mean, they have a good relationship, it seems. But at first, I thought that she was using that doctor's name to like call in the stuff. But then she was saying how psychologists can prescribe meds in those 3 states. So.
And that was interesting. That was very convenient.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, and she's like, I'm not an addict. I could go days or weeks without pills or booze. Like, please.
And how does she, it just doesn't seem like her character that she knows like 40 people to like come to her engagement party. I thought that was
Yeah.
Maybe they're all his friends.
true. It was just a sales meeting.
Because she was like, she wanted like a wedding with like a table of people, and that
Mhm.
was it. And now it's turned into this like giant affair. So it might be like his family and stuff, but mostly from
She
his
does care
side.
about appearances too, so maybe that's why like they found people, like the coworkers and things to invite to the party.
Yeah, or maybe the neighbors. And what's up with him and his parents? He's like, don't invite my parents to the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of weird.
Red flag.
Maybe
Yeah.
they bonded over having bad relationships with their parents.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe they like didn't get into all the details. Like she told her brother that her fiance knows what happened, but like, what does he really know? Did they just agree not to talk about their parents too deeply because they both are scarred by them?
And he also said, does he know everything? Which I think someone else said at the beginning, like there needs to be a lot more info than what's been given so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the author keeps like kind of foreshadowing stuff
Mhm.
and then releasing info bit by bit. So
I found it interesting that the brother was saying that the fiance's not marrying her for the right reasons. I was kind of like, money? Is that the right reason? I mean, not the right reason, but like, is that the other reason? But I don't know. It just seems kind of like, I don't know. It didn't fit. It fits more for like the Bachelor, like it's not the right reasons, it's fame. But I'm like, I guess. I don't
It's
know. I
kind of
mean,
a weird thing to say. I mean, is it like is it just that they don't know each other well? It's not like that's a different thing versus like the wrong reasons would be like like to exploit her in some
yeah,
way or to like
Mhm.
yeah.
I don't know, to just be married to someone, I guess.
It just,
But it's cool. It was a weird phrase to use.
yeah,
Yeah,
especially
I was
'cause I think
confused.
she even said that in his pharmaceutical stuff, he's doing well. So I'm like, if he's doing well, why would he marry you for money? I don't know.
Like he's too possessive of a brother. My brothers, I would have if I met like a rando on the street and said I was getting married to him, they wouldn't. They would just like move on with their life.
Okay, cool.
Very invested.
Yeah,
What was the brother's name again? I'm trying to find it.
Cooper.
Oh,
Connor?
thank you. Thank you.
Was that it?
Cooper.
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 Thanks.
I just know because I wrote it down. I'm like, Richard, which I'm like, the dad would be named Richard, of course.
I
And
feel like
then
his name is now traumatized with this group. His character and
It
his
was-
name.
it was, I mean, you have to read The Guardian. It just too perfect. And then he went psycho, or he was psycho. And we even said we were gonna make stickers about it, like don't trust a Richard or don't trust men. They could be Richards or whatever. And I feel like it's just a thing. I don't know, but
I
Are you
think-
sensing a Richard with this guy, with the
Yes.
fiance as well?
yes, exactly. I don't know, man. Maybe it's the nickname Dick, and you just straight up
Mhm.
you're not a good person. But yeah, it's Cooper, Chloe, and Richard. I don't know the mom's name, but I hope I get to know a little bit more about the mom.
I wonder if she's blocking her mom out too, especially for her mom's in a facility, just to like avoid those memories.
Yeah.
I'm also curious about what's going to happen with the article when that comes out. I feel like we're going to get more backstory through that as well. Maybe she'll meet the journalist.
And what's with the new girl who disappeared and the earring?
Mm-hmm.
So then this is a good place to stop because the
body was
very the
Mhm.
very end of the last chapter, they found the missing girl's body.
I feel like if I was Chloe, I know it's close by to her work or whatever, but because of her history, I think I wouldn't even step into the search party. Then they're gonna be like, why were you here? Like then she becomes a suspect or something. I'd just try to ignore it and deal with my own trauma rather than go into it.
Maybe it's because like with the other thing, she just kind of like watched it happen and felt powerless. So this is like her way of like having her power is by like
Putting some
doing
control
something
into
about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. What if that comes out in the paper though, and then the other journalist sees it and then they think she's somehow associated with the new girl's murder? I feel like that would be just like risky.
I was a little confused from the audio book at the very, very end when like the person was asking all those questions. Was that like that wasn't Erin Jansen, right? That was like a previous reporter experience she had, right? Like I was
think so.
confused.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wait, I was disoriented by that part.
Where they're
Yeah,
like
'cause
saying about the
she-
mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said
And like
she's
you
done
dress
interviews
provocatively
before.
or something.
Yeah, they were blaming the family, which was crazy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's some kind of twist coming. Like, I don't know.
I mean, it's interesting to think about the other side. Although I don't want to think about the lives of murderers or, like, their family. And I know you're not supposed to blame the family because, I mean, each person has their own issues and they're the ones doing these things. But I feel like a lot of books don't do that, where they're bringing in the side of a murderer
Mhm.
and or like the family, and it kind of makes me feel bad for the family, and then I start feeling bad for the murderer, and I'm like, no, let's not do that.
Yeah. Well, there's like the trifecta or something, right? Like the
Mhm.
abuse of animals getting abused themselves, and I forgot what the other one is, but sometimes people do like undergo like crazy trauma and then like do really bad things after,
Yeah.
which is really sad.
Yeah, if the main character is doing this, I think she is either like drugged or has multiple personalities or something. Because she's like clearly not aware.
Yeah.
But I'm like, does she have multiple personalities and her brother like knows and like she doesn't even know? Or, I don't
Yeah.
know.
I feel like that could happen.
I was thinking, what if Daniel knows that she's putting the prescriptions in his name and he's going to blackmail her with that later? Also, I was wondering how, because you know how the title is A Flicker in the Dark, and at first I was thinking a light, but then there was like that Firefly reference when she was younger, so I'm wondering if that's going to come into play too and somehow like be you know, eventful or pivotal in the book.
She zeroes in on the, I mean, I know it could be from her trauma, but she zeroes in on these 15-year-old girls, like at the party, and describing them in the same way, like slumped over in chairs,
Mm-hmm.
at the party, her office, and then the girl at the farm.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah, you're right. She's like, I can't take my eyes off them.
Yeah.
It's kind of creepy.
Yeah. I can see it being her.
But then, like, what's up with the brother? He's so weird.
Maybe the brother, if Chloe did do it, maybe the brother knows and he's trying to protect her from that as well. I don't know. And when they get married, maybe something will happen too, because that's coming up quickly, right? And then it's the anniversary, the 20th anniversary month as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably all gonna happen at that wedding. Craziness.
Oh.
I feel like, yeah, it's a lot of intro. So I think I hit all my notes, and there's not much going on besides just saying like, hey, this is this, this is that. And all we can do is wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like the next one in the final, like before the third week, we'll have a lot to speculate.
Yeah.
There'll probably be like a big twist at the end.
I feel like the main character is kind of written a bit thin, but maybe that's the point because she's been through all this trauma and she just like isn't there. She's just like going through the motions. Like she doesn't seem to have any strong, you know, characteristics or opinion. She's just kind of like going through life, it seems. And maybe that's just like that's how she's been coping this whole time because she's not dealt with anything. She's just like medicating and she's like just going forward, even though she doesn't know her fiance that well, even though she's like, you know, prescribing these kids after one. Like, I don't know. I'm wondering if that's why she's written like she's not written like in that like I don't like dislike her or anything. It's just more that like I'm not like she seems
She could be anybody.
kind of yeah. It's like I'm not getting a lot of strong characterization or like a lot of like I don't know. I feel like she's like maybe she's just like not fully letting us in yet because she has that part of her closed off, and that's why you don't feel like a strong connection with her yet.
Yeah, maybe she's just trying to cope even though she doesn't know she's just trying to cope, especially because like she could have gone further to be a psychiatrist or a doctor, but I think there was a line that said like thankfully Tennessee like doesn't require it, right? So she kind of just like I feel like maybe she got to a place in her career where she could get by, but she didn't want to push herself anymore. And then also I feel like that gave her like access to the drugs too. So I wonder if like there's going to be description of how she started taking them. Like, did she go to a therapist and they started prescribing it, or did she just start trying it out herself once she was able to prescribe it? I'm wondering about this is kind of a different subject, but I'm thinking more about just like who did commit the murders. And on page 92-ish, it says that the dad was the one to enact the rule about having a curfew at night back when she was little. So I thought that was weird because I don't like know or think that her dad would have killed her if he was the murderer. But then if he like went to jail, like why would he enact that rule? Or maybe he was just trying to keep up with appearances and be really strict with her. But I thought that was strange. That said it right there. So I highlighted it.
Was that rule just for the girls? Yeah,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, it was a curfew that they weren't allowed to walk home in the dark. And then the book's called A Flicker in the Dark, but then it says she has Nicta something, which is fear of the dark. So I feel like that's gonna come into play too.
Because now that I'm thinking about that, if it's only for the girls, that means the boys could be doing whatever they want. So that means the brother could be the one doing it. And that's why the dad is over here. Like, oh, follow the rules, because he doesn't know that it's the brother and not actually him.
Or maybe she saw something in her childhood and she's blocked it out, but it's still like affecting her in adulthood. And maybe she's going to have to like actually face her trauma to figure out like all those things that she hasn't thought of in a while. Because definitely a trauma response.
Yeah.
And like, where are the bodies? Because the dad led them to the bodies, but they weren't there. Just like pieces of hair or whatever. Like, if he was burying them because he was all covered in dirt, you think they'd still be there? They were saying like animal might have eaten it, but I guess animal could have dug it up.
But like all the bodies seems a little
sketch, yeah.
Yeah, a little suspicious. Which then it's like get little parts of them and then get rid of the body, but where would all the bodies be? You're right.
The alligators eat them.
That might be better if it was in Florida.
Well, they're in
not Louisiana. Do they have alligators in Louisiana too?
Yeah.
Oh, they do? Swaps?
I think she talks about like their beady little eyes coming out of the water.
I wonder, I just feel like it's suspicious that the body and the earring at least of the girl was found right next to her office. What if somebody knows her past and that she's smuggling these drugs to herself and later they're going to try to pin the murders on her even though she actually didn't do it? Does that make sense? And then they could blackmail her like, oh, we'll do what we want or else we're going to expose you and your life will be ruined anyways.
Oh my God. That's very Gillian Flynn like. That's very done, girl.
What would be the motive for that though? Like maybe revenge on like
the family of someone who her dad killed, maybe.
But then to kill all these other girls, well, I don't know how many other girls they killed, but to kill new like
That's true. That's pretty bad.
Like
Kinda
kill them just to
can.
blame it on her.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just to get revenge on. And it's been
Is
like
that what the fiance's doing then?
Maybe.
That would be crazy. That would
He's
really
like, he's
annoy me.
blonde and the other girl was blonde. Who knows? But I mean, there's
What?
a lot of blonde people out there too. That could be a stretch.
What if no, that's too crazy. But I was gonna say, what if the fiance, one of them was like one of the dead girls was a relative, and they're like, revenge. Let me marry her and do it. But it's just too crazy. Why would he kill more people?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Just, I don't know.
I think that the reporter will become a bigger character and will somehow, like, through whether he's like just talking to her on the phone with his research, or like if he goes there, like will somehow like trigger her memories or something like that too. Or like,
Mhm.
I don't know, like, because she's very much like not, she's looking back on things, but I feel like she's still at a remove maybe.
Yeah.
And she's not like, she hasn't talked to her father, she hasn't talked to her mom. I wonder if he will help like crack the code of the memories, or like have her rethink things or something, or like because he's going to talk to the dad, like maybe he will share what the dad said,
Mhm.
because the reporter's been mentioned a few times now, so I think the reporter is going to be a minor character at least in some way, and will maybe help uncover some things.
I agree. What was I
Because
gonna say?
otherwise, like, unless she's gonna go and do the investigation herself, like it's kind of like she's the only information source we have.
Mhm.
And I feel like there's more than what she's saying.
Mhm.
So we need a catalyst. We need someone to cause her to
Yeah. What
Yeah,
if they find a
delve
journal
deep.
or something? Because that's come up in some of our other books, like just documentation that the dad wrote or somebody wrote, like about the murders, and then give some more clues or something.
Maybe in those files. Remember she was talking about how she just sent things on her little Apple Watch.
Mhm.
Somewhere there's the files of all her sessions when she was a kid.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to read more to see. We need more clues.
Mhm. Interesting. 80 so pages is okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The next one will be chapter 12 to 23. Don't read 24.
Okay,
Got
that's easy.
Chapter
Perfect.
15 is long. So is chapter 21. The
I was
rest
like,
of it
how
is
do
not
you
so long.
know? But that's right, the audiobook.
The audiobook.
I know. I was like, you came through the book so quick.
The
No.
narrator for this one is not bad, by the way.
Okay. Did they do
She's okay.
different voices? Or no?
Yeah, for the guys.
Yeah, I do feel like her male voices are a little like similar for all of them, but she's pretty good, I think. What do you think, Julie?
Yeah, she sounds familiar. Like I think she's done some other books I've read.
Misery? I'm just kidding.
No.
No.
No, that woman, oh my god, she
Horrible.
committed to those voices. I was like method acting for voiceover.
Where does it say the person who reads it? Or is it
It
at the
normally
end?
says it like on the title details. So it's read by Carissa Vacker.
I'm still surprised that Nietzsche quote was at the beginning of both those books.
Yeah, that's
What are the
weird.
odds? Oh, this is the debut of this author.
Oh.
Interesting.
Flicker in the dark. I was thinking it was a light switch as well, but I think it's definitely the squishing of the firefly.
Fireflies.
Mm-hmm.
Stacy Willingham.
Ooh, what if the brother had a thing with Lena? And then it went, like, it didn't go how he wanted to and accidentally ended up killing her.
Maybe the dad also liked her, and then like it was like a
Ew.
dad-son rivalry. That's super gross. Yeah.
I know, but I mean, there's that possibility that could happen. You're right.
But then why would he kill all the others?
They all.
Look the same.
Maybe.
They have a
I'm
type.
drinking.
Maybe the brother and the dad were competing for the same people.
Whoa, that gives me Euphoria vibes.
Oh
Did you guys
God.
watch it?
Yeah.
No.
Nate and Cal after Jules.
That's a messed up dynamic.
Well, I don't know.
I kind of did get the impression. I mean, the girl was like flirting with Cooper. Lena was flirting with him, so
They were the same age too, huh?
I think so.
I think
Similar.
so.
Yeah, he was 15, and so were
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, they're the same age. Oh gosh. If that
Also, she's like calling her brother middle aged, and he's only like 35, and she's only 32. Like, can we get? I thought that was weird.
I know. She was
Maybe
like
he just
bachelorettes
aged
are
really-
juvenile.
Maybe because he chain smokes, he looks like he's middle aged.
And he's all silver hair. Silver fox.
Oh yeah, that's true. She did say that.
Your cat looks so happy right now.
Well, I was looking at your cat.
She loves her head pets.
It's so cute.
Oh, fake. Beauty. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We shall see.
Happy International Women's Day.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yay. Happy Women's Day.
Perfect day for book club.
Yes, I like it.
Yes.
Yes. Let's see what that is. Okay, well, did anybody watch Love is Blind? I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my god.
You already watched it, Paula? Dang.
Yeah, I've watched. Well, it wasn't that long.
I
I mean,
binged it
like those
all.
Netflix shows are easy to, because they're like 10 episodes, like 11 episodes. So
Yeah.
like everyone I know watched it too.
I kept seeing TikToks about it, and I watched the first season, and I was into it, and I was like, fine, I'll just give it a try later. And I just couldn't get away from like spoilers, and I'm like, I don't want to know, so I had to watch it. Yeah, it's interesting. They're saying that Kyle is with Deep Sea.
Yeah, they found some video of them together,
Yeah,
which
which
is
I
weird.
see, because at the reunion he was like, "Oh, I should have gone with Deep Sea. I love her."
Yeah.
Like, that is very forward for like not talking to her. Clearly they had, but
Yeah, they just didn't show it in the
I-
show that
I
I guess they
know.
had like a thing.
yeah.
Did you guys see that on
Wow.
Netflix? We also have Love is Blind Japan and Brazil.
Yeah, I just.
I heard
Yeah.
that Japan is good.
Oh, you saw it?
No, I just heard it was good. That there
Oh.
was like a Lauren and Cam situation,
Oh,
like from season 1 in
I
this
love
Love
that.
is Blind Japan.
yeah, I love Lauren and Cam.
I
I
thought the
started
couples
the
this
Brazil
season were
one.
really bad.
The what?
You started the Brazil one, Julie?
Yeah, I started the Brazil one, but I didn't finish it.
It's
Mhm.
like horrible.
Yeah, I thought like none of those couples should have gotten married. Oh,
Brazil?
no, in this current season.
Oh, the
Season
second
2.
one?
I
Yeah.
was like, Oh God, no. Say no.
Yeah. Danielle and what's his name? I don't know.
Mhm.
She needed some therapy first.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
And I think the age gap, which I mean, the age difference shouldn't make a difference, like they shouldn't be the factor, but I think for them it was a big thing, and they still went for it. And I'm like, okay. And then Jarrette and Ayana, Jarrette was just like super.
I feel a
into
little
that.
better about them,
Mhm.
but
Their
yeah.
personality at the end was like so perfect, but
Mhm.
it was just getting over the fact that she was the second choice, which kind of sucks. But
Hey, you guys are spoiling.
oh, I'm sorry. Oh my god.
I know. I'm like, wait, should I watch this right now?
Like,
But
we
I'm
might
still
have to
wanting to
leave.
listen.
Nobody said. Oh, I'm
It's all
sorry.
lies.
I might have to leave.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Just
Just
you
kidding. I don't
you
watch
can
it.
forget the name. It's fine.
Well, I probably won't
Actually,
remember.
no, there's
It's
Emma.
okay. You won't remember.
I won't
I'm-
remember when I
I'll
watch.
delete this portion from the book club. Let me